Hello, everybody. Game God Fluent. Is it good? We'll find out. We're playing the Dark Eye Book of Heroes.
The legendary continent of Aventuria, home to creatures both strange and familiar, a land of magic and mystery, of dragons and dwarves, a world on the verge of the greatest of upheavals. In the year 1039, after the fall of Bosporan, the skies changed. The starfall, another sign of the cataclysmic times ahead. As the darkness rises, the constellation of the hero shines brighter than ever. Now shadows fall on the Midden Realm, a mighty empire in the heart of Aventuria. The savage orcs threaten the borders in the north, and within, the cult of the Nameless One seeks to release the greatest enemy of the 12 gods. These dire times demand unprecedented deeds and brave adventurers. Scholars whisper of a tome of prophecy, written by the past and future daughters of the Guardian of Time, Imra and Fatis. So yet again the heroes gather by the cozy fireplace of the Inn of the Black Boar, ready to ascend to the Book of Heroes or meet their demise.
Pretty cool intro. Digging that. Yeah. Playing the Dark Eye Book of Heroes. I said that already. But that's what we're playing. Is it good? We'll see. I went through the tutorial and I made a character and, well, I'm going to do it again and make a new character. This is my character, Alarion Eyewalker. I didn't even name him. Can we delete him? We must have at least one character. Okay. Let's create a new. Well, let's check the options. Panning, border scrolling, automatically equip looted consumables. No. It's the highest quality. Audio's good. Okay. New character. Mysterious lady. My, what do we have here? A sapling of a hero, perhaps? Before we can see what the fates have in store for you, we have to take a peek into your past. Let us begin with who you are. There are many different peoples on the continent of Aventuria. Which of these species do you belong to? We've got dwarf. Ah, dwarves, the proud Angroshim, the protectors of the treasures of the earth. Short, sturdy, and tradition-loving, yes, but so much more. And you can see their stuff over here, what they get, and there's a tooltip for everything. They have dark sight, heroes can see in the dark, and they have Rogalan. The hero is fluent in the language of the dwarves in Aventuria. They get +1 to Constitution, which represents a character's stamina, increases life points and toughness, and is used in feats of strength and body control. And they get a point of strength, which measures the effectiveness of many types of weapons and greatly influences feat of strength and metalworking. Unfortunately, they get a -2 in charisma, measures how persuasive the character is with animals as well as people. And a -2 in agility, which measures the character's suppleness, reflexes, reaction speed, and flexibility. Directly influences dodge, initiative, body control, and the hero's effectiveness with certain type of weapons. And we've got the elves. Ah, Fea, the elves call themselves. Each and every one of them born with the gift of magic. Most may live secluded lives, but not you. You can see they get life points minus the spirit. Life points represent a character's health. LP can be lost due to weapon or spell attacks, traps, or from being poisoned. When LP drops to 0, the character is regarded as incapacitated. Spirit is a character's resistance to some magical spells and certain poisons, and is influenced by courage, sagacity, and intuition. Toughness is a character's physical resistance to poisons, certain spells, and liturgical chants. And movement measures the character's basic speed and motion. Heavy armor can impose levels of encumbrance, which is detrimental to movement. So they get a +8 to movement, -6 to toughness, as you can see. Spellcaster, the character has an inborn base of arcane energy that can be spent, that can be used to cast spells and perform magical actions. They get +1 to intuition, which reflects how well the character sees and understands the world around them. It is useful for any skills in spellcasting. +1 to agility, -2 to sagacity or straight. Sagacity representing general and magical knowledge. It's used in spells and some skills, so they get a -2 for that. And we've got Half-Elf. Half-Elf, or perhaps you prefer Phaetala. The magical blood of the elves still runs in your veins, yet you are not one of the Fae nor a human. The best of both worlds, perhaps. You can see what they get, and they have an attribute adjustment applicable to any attribute of +1. And then we've got humans. Humans are the most common species on Deer and come in many varied tribes. Would you be a midden realmer, perhaps? Or we're getting ahead of ourselves. So you can probably change the species of humans. I kind of want to be a half-elf. So let's be a half-elf. So that is your blood and heritage, but that does not define who you are. Tell me, what do you do? What is your profession? We've got Scoundrel. Scoundrel, you say, yes, sometimes law can get in the way of true justice. Warrior. Warrior. Prowess in combat is your main strength. Guild Mage. It is indeed powerful magic I sense from you. It is not only power, but also knowledge the guilds impart. Blessed One. So it is the divine you draw your power from. You are foremost sovereign and chosen of a god. Quick generation and redraw. Oh, I can redraw sometimes? I'm going to be a Blessed One. That was class. I see, but that can mean many things. Tell me more. This is profession. Blessed One of Randra. Blessed Ones of Randra are always in the front lines of battle against darkness. Their most important task is to protect believers, and they train in the arts of combat and war. The chants of Randra reflect this conviction and are ones of battle. So you can see what they get. They're blessed. The hero is consecrated to be accepted by a god and consequently becomes a blessed one. They have increased toughness. The hero is tough as nails, +1 toughness. They start with 6 in swords, 4 in two-handed swords, forceful blow 1. A trained fighter can take a mighty swing at an opponent at the cost of some accuracy. And here's some skills they get. Body control is used to disengage from combat without incurring attacks of opportunity, sort of like a tumble. Feat of strength, breaking down doors and carrying heavy statues and boxes require a feat of strength. Perception is used to passively observe new areas and reveal hidden things. It is also used to listen at a closed door to determine what is beyond it. Self-control is rolled to check if the character can stay conscious to it in a fight even after receiving 4 levels of pain. Willpower is rolled to resist certain abilities, spells, and effects such as being provoked. Treat Wounds is rolled to stabilize a fallen comrade after a fight. It can be used to relieve pain for a character by removing 1 level of pain per QL of success without healing them. During a resting phase, Treat Wounds is rolled to automatically replenish LP based on the QL of success. Spells encourage. The liturgical chant is used in battle to encourage heroism in others. What the Blessed One affects? Vex may be the god of thieves, but his Blessed Ones are also committed to his aspect of trade and commerce. They're often almost unnaturally lucky, and their chants befit stealth and trickery. So you can see they get they're like sort of a rogue. They get Fox Sense. Character has an uncanny talent for noticing danger, +1 to perception against magical traps, cursed items, and invisible traps. 5 in daggers. They have Pickpocket. Stealing valuable goods from an unsuspecting person's pocket requires pickpocketing. They have Stealth, is used to hide from enemies in their opposing perception checks. Attacking from a hidden position is advantageous for certain characters. They have Magical Lore, is useful when enacting ancient rituals and dispelling magical items in the world. Pick Locks. Lockpicking allows an adventurer to open doors and chests without a proper key. Having lockpicks in the inventory increases skill. And Fast Talk can be rolled in conversations to persuade others to adopt your viewpoint. Spells of Quicksilver. This liturgical chant makes the Blessed One as quick as a fox, and you can move as silently as a cat. And the Blessed One of Boron. The Baroni are skilled exorcists and make invaluable allies against the undead. They also get comfort to the dying and bereaved and help ease their pain. They're resistant to poison. The character has a tough constitution, gains +1 to both SPI and toughness against poison. Impact weapons. They have animal lore. Taming a wild beast requires a successful animal lore check. They have plant lore. A successful plant lore check is needed when searching bushes for useful ingredients. The higher the QL of the successful check, the rarer the ingredients that can be found. If alchemy is used to brew various potions and concoctions, such as healing, magical potions, and antidotes, it requires an alchemy table. Treat poison is rolled automatically during rest to rid a character of the poison state. The poison's level resists the check, but if the check is successful, the state is removed. And they can treat runes, which we saw. They have protective blessing. Demons or undead cannot enter the range of the spell. 4-yard radius, and minor undead ban. Blessed Ones of Boron uses a liturgical chant to fight the undead and grant them peace. It affects their bodies directly by making them wither to dust. And this is just one class that we picked. Can I go back? I don't even want to be a Blessed One, now that we mentioned it. I want to be a Guild Mage. So let's check their professions. Black Mage, Grey Mage, White Mage. So you see each class has different professions. I am actually going to be, I'm not going to show all of these. We'll read them. The methods of the Brotherhood of Knowing may be deemed unacceptable by others, but that does not make them corrupted villains. As controllers, they prefer magic that influences and tricks above more straightforward spells. The Grey Mage, the members of the Great Grey Guild of the Mind study healing magic and protective spells. They are popular among the people and try to live according to the peaceful elvish worldview taught in school. Or the White Mage. As excellent battle mages, the students of the Gareth Academy of Sword and Staff practice both physical and magical combat. They are staunch defenders of the Midden Realm and selflessly join the Empress army in times of war. I'm going to be a White Mage. So these are our skills. We have daggers, swords, and polearms. Increased spirit. The hero's mind is a well-fortified castle and gains +1 spirit. And the character has an inborn base of arcane energy that can be used to cast spells and perform magical actions. We get Guardianum. Guardianum protects against offensive magic by surrounding the caster with an invisible dome that absorbs damaging spells. And Ignifactus, a lance of flame shoots from your fingertips. We're going to be a battle mage. So that's pretty cool. We have good self-control, we have good willpower, we have good perception, not great feat of strength, decent body control. We treat wounds a little bit, we've got some lore, we're good with swords, polearms, and daggers. Is it good so far? This is the most revealing. That is most revealing, but how did you end up in such a position? What are your origins? Where do you come from? So we've got Rondra. You were raised on tales of heroics in the Church of Rondra. Though your parents were not blessed ones, they were very devout, ordinary members of the clergy. Adventurer. One could say that the life of adventure chose you. Your parents were adventurers, and after spending your first year from the care of varying family members and friends, you too joined their escapades. Hunter. Your parents had a small hut near the town of Furdock, but you spent a big chunk of your childhood in the forest of the Midden Realms. Your parents were the royal hunters working for the local lord. Or explorers. The call of the wilderness. The forgotten ruins and lands fallen into oblivion. Your family was one of explorers, and you rarely stayed in a place for longer than a few days. All in all, the life prepared you well to one of adventuring. You can redraw. A completely new origins. Gambler, Cindy, Pastry Chef, Curtison. I'm not going to go through them all. You get a general gist of what they are. Merchant, Bandit, Tailor, Farmer. Mercenary, Innkeeper, Performer, the Outcast. The love of your parents was never accepted neither by elves nor humans. Your parents fled their homeland and traveled with merchants. That sounds pretty cool. Keep rolling. Butcher, servant, scribe, guard. Lots of origin stories. Knight, soldier, monastery, alchemist. How many are there? Shepherd, smith, mechanicus, guild. Much of your childhood was spent in academies and schools of magic. Your parents were mages and teachers and traveled a lot, imparting their knowledge of the arcane to a new generation of arcanists. And it's magical lore 3 for this skill. We'll get that. We'll have an guild background, and now a twist of fate. Ah yes, of course. But a past alone never reveals the whole truth. There was always more, a twist of fate. Spirit child. You got lost in the woods as a child and encountered spirits there, or at least that's what they told everyone back then. Now you have no recollection of those events, but it seems something has been different with you ever since. Maybe you're still looking for those spirits. Seafarers, mountain child, woodland soul. Reroll. Cursed, sickness, death in the family, blessing of Rashtula. It was a traveling priest from the lands of the Tulimides who originally said you have the spirit of the Novati god Rastula in your veins. You still have no idea what that could mean, but you do have a certain aversion to cold. Let's go with that. Susceptible to cold, the hero constantly feels chilly and gains an extra level of cold when encountering it. So at last we know who you are. What is it that drives you then? What do you strive for? This is our ideal. We have fire starting, a livid shield, law and order, piety. First and foremost in your life for the 12, you follow their teachings to the letter and offer them daily prayers. Plus 1 AP for the first time praying at an altar or statue, 0.5 AP for subsequent prayer. I like piety. In real life I'm pretty pious. Go with that ideal. As you can see, many options. And finally, perfect, we are almost done. Now it is your time for the most important question. What made you become an adventurer? What is your mission? Lamentations, Shadow in the West, Engraved Past, Unsee the Corrupt Governor. You've always had the silver amulet, reportedly a gift from a long-lost adventuring aunt. It has semi-precious stones on one side and a crude engraving on the back like a poorly drawn map. You tried comparing it with real maps, but it came up empty. That sounds pretty cool. Let's just go with that for our mission. We could have rolled a bunch of different missions. This is our character. Don't let me get the name though. Our origin is guild, our profession is white mage, our ideal is piety. See our stats. I don't see a name. We can go all through this. I mean, there's so much. This is our character sheet. Okay, appearance. They're not silky white. How about Leshan True Faith. Whoops. Leshan True Faith. Alright, let's design him here. I like the ponytail. Can I get a man bun going? Looks like ponytail's the best. How about a beard? We get a little stubble. No. Clean shaven. Hair color. How about that color? That's blue. I don't know. I'm colorblind. Eye color. Brown. Skin color. It's good. Height. Pretty tall. Upper body. like that. Create a portrait. I like the green. Okay, the nose. Just tone down that nose a little bit. But let's increase the protrusion. I do have a big nose in real life. Kinda like that. Good portrait. Leshan True Faith. Continue. Booyah.
You've always had the silver amulet, reportedly a gift from a long-lost adventuring aunt.
Yes, we have.
Adorned with semi-precious stones and a peculiar engraving on the back, like a poorly drawn map. You spent many days and nights comparing the engraving to real maps, but none of them seemed to fit.
Preaching to the choir, baby.
One day, a chance meeting with a traveling minstrel finally gave you a clue. He had seen an amulet just like yours, around the neck of a woodland bandit.
Huh.
Curious for answers, you set out to find the bandit.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool premise. And there's many missions you can do. Let's start the game. Okay, here we are. I would like to do the tutorial again. Is there a way to do the tutorial again? Oh no. Oh no, we can't do the tutorial again. Oh my. I did not even finish the tutorial. Oi, you must be new here. Don't worry, the patrons might look a bit scruffy, but they're a welcoming bunch. Well, at least usually. I'm here looking for excitement and adventure. I see. Where'd they go if I ever knew one? The life of an adventurer is hard, as you probably know. If you want to learn the ropes, there's an extended cellar beneath this fine establishment. There have been some weird noises coming from down below and some food's missing. I wouldn't mind if a brave soul like you went and took a look. Alright, tutorial, here we go. You never know what kind of creatures lurk in the halls of the dungeon. It's always good to proceed with caution. Right-click on the door to open the interaction menu, then click Listen to see if you can hear anything on the other side. Okay. Why isn't anything lighting up? I don't know. Alright, we can right-click the door and we can listen. Room is silent. Perception roll success. Okay, now I can light thing up. It's easy to get lost in many branches of the dungeon. Press M to click on your button, or press M or click on the button on the lower left to open your map. So let's press M. There's our map. 2 rooms. 2 torches. Okay, here's a door. Let's listen. Success. We hear noises in the room. A rat. Okay, we can press space to pause. I'm going to attack it. You roll a 20-sided die to hit your enemy. To hit, you need to roll equal or less to your combat technique. Characters can also parry and dodge attacks using their respective values. Okay, we have our action log. The wolf hits me for 1 damage. I caused 5, and I killed it. Wolf rat dies. Right, as you can see, there's stuff we can look at. Titles of the books have been worn out. Librarian would be horrified to discover the state of these books. Nothing on the bookshelf. So what we can do, instead of clicking all these, books on magic, alchemy, and creating literary form, we can actually press R. I didn't know how to do it. Oh, it won't let us yet. Okay, so we gotta check manually. It looks like there's nothing at all on these bookshelves. Books about various human peoples from Borwallers to Hjaldings. Alright, let's listen on the door. Success, the room is silent. Good. Perception failure. Keep moving. Just go this way. This doesn't seem to belong here. We can actually... Some objects are too big to fit in your inventory but can still be carried. You can right-click on an object and select Pick-up Action to start carrying it. Carried items can be put down by right-clicking anywhere, selecting the Put Down action. That's probably a place where you should put that statue. Like right here, on the pressure plate. Pretty cool. Door opens. Perception success this time. I don't know what I perceived. The action bar at the bottom of the screen can be used to perform different types of attacks or to cast spells. Hovering over an ability shows the description. So of course we have Guardianum and Ignifactus and 2 healing potions. Let's hit this guy with Ignifactus. Sprat. It lights up. Oh, it costs 16. Beautiful. Life points measure your health. Damage from attacks deplete life points, which brings you levels of pain. Lose too many life points and you become incapacitated. Of course, we lost 1 life point so far. Sometimes you might find yourself in a room full of containers, but going through all of them would take too long. Press R. Press R or click on the eye icon down here to search the room. Containers can be looted by left-clicking on them. The items can be picked up by left-clicking on them. You can see your inventory by clicking on the inventory icon in the lower left corner. So look, I can come down here and press R. It's going to search all that and tell me you did not find anything of interest. Did not find anything of interest. Now we see a desk is lit up here, but let's hit R. You found something interesting. Death. The desk has a magical potion, regenerates 1d3 astral energy, and heals 1d3 life points. Let's loot it all. Keep looking around. Okay, we see something suspicious, but... They light it up in the tutorial, like... But you would find that on your own when you're actually searching. So there doesn't seem to be much of anything else in here. Let's continue. Table is set for dinner. Okay, some shelves and some books. Not finding much. Let's check out this wooden door. I'm not going to listen right now. Oh. You can exit the dungeon here after completing the adventure's objective. The door is now locked, so you have to find a key. So let's try going through this wooden door. Skeletons. Only bones remain. Not finding much of anything interesting. Bottle shelf, possibly. Nope. Let's keep moving. What do we have here? A goblin. You can talk to. I just found this nice and cozy room, and then some idiot comes barging in. Don't you have any respect for a wee little goblin? I have no quarrel with you. I just need to find a key. Have you seen one? Maybe you're not as bad as you look. Fine, I have no use for it anyway. So I got the key. You received the exit key. It can be used to unlock the dungeon's exit door. Not all dungeons have keys. Sometimes you can exit the dungeon after completing the objective on the top left of the screen. Awesome. Find nothing of interest. Find nothing of interest. Alright, let's get out of the tutorial. It's just like that. Quick and easy. Painless. Is it good? Well, we've only done the tutorial so far, so I think it's pretty darn juicy so far with all the missions and ideals and classes and stuff that you can be. I'm all for that stuff. That stuff is very cool to me. I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons nerd, so. Mission completed. Tutorial 5 AP. Ideal bonus piety nothing. Silver 20. Total 5 AP. And here we have a card. You can earn extra AP by playing in line with your character's ideal. Oh, so with piety, it's gonna be like not killing? I don't know. Alright, so visit the fortune teller and tavern to purchase the things in the card. So we've got a source of fire. Costs 4 AP and it will raise your perception by 1. This will raise Ignifactious by 1. This will give 1 more life point. I am going to take the perception, or Ignifactious. Ignifactious or perception. Perception is used to passively observe new areas and reveal hidden things. It's also used for listening at the door to determine what's beyond it. Yeah, let's get that. Squire of Fire. Alright, and that's the tutorial. So, if we check this notice board, host solo. I don't know what this is. Rewards 100 silver, threat level 1, a combat-focused force adventure with bandits and goblins in depth of night. Restless Caverns, features undead, dungeon adventure with goblins. Okay. That's something. I don't know if that is... Oh, I used to be a sailor, you see, sailing all the way to the port wall and back over and over again. Those were the times, let me tell you that much. There's the fortune teller. Cook, forge workbench, alchemy table. You can use all this stuff. Stash, chests, traders. Everything you could want is in here, it seems. Let's go talk to the fortune teller. Collected cards, Squire of Fire. Perception +1, purchase for 4. We have 5, let's purchase it for 4. Perception +1. Card applied. Cool. What's the henchman do? Available henchman, hire henchman. Are my adventures in single-player games? You can always hire 1 or more henchmen to help you. Keep in mind that they act autonomously and have different personalities, so choose your companions with care. That's pretty cool. Can we go spend some money at the traders? Wow, it's just all thrown together. Okay. Kelman, a potion, poison extracted from carnivorous plant used for hunting. Apply Kelman poison to weapons. traps and all sorts of stuff. Oh my goodness. There's enough to keep you busy here for a long time. And I'm sure this stuff gets upgraded as you go. Bedroll gives +1 life points, astral energy, KP when resting. Okay, nothing for us. In single player games, okay, that's henchman. Okay, how do I do this? Wandering Minstrel's current objective, find the bandit with the amulet. Do I have to do the notice board? Is that how it works? Someone just ordered around for everyone, and that's why I called nice guy. I guess I do. I guess the notice board is our adventures. And we have to clear these to get to the next ones. Start adventure. Okay, so we're gonna hire some henchmen. Cautious aggressive, cautious defensive, curious aggressive, curious defensive. $36 life points, attack 14, protection 6, protection 2, attack 12, protection 4, karma points, okay, human. Look at all his stats. He's good with swords, with brawling daggers and crossbows. Swords. This guy's pretty hardy. But this is a blessed one. He's curious and aggressive. Let's go with cautious aggressive. Another white mage. Let's go with the rogue dwarf, cautious defensive. Guarding him and anxious. What about you? Encourage. Doesn't tell me what it does. Combat maneuvers, combat techniques. Spellcaster, increased spirit, so he's like me. Carolyn. Yeah, let's hire another white mage. Go with these guys. Alright, so we've got to click on the notice board, host a game, pick an adventure, Goblin Raiders, In the Depth of the Night, Forest Adventure with Bandits and Goblins, Cave with the Undead. Let's go with a combat dungeon adventure with goblins. Slaughtered livestock, burned down farmhouses, attacks on trading caravans. Goblins have been causing trouble to Kosh, and the local guards and militia seem to be helpless in the face of these brutal skirmishes. The attacks have been too coordinated and too regular to be random raids by feral goblin tribes, and it seems they are led by a far more experienced and disciplined leader. The goblins and their orc commander have established a base in abandoned dwarven tunnels near the foothills of the Kosh Mountains. The local officials are searching for any group of adventurers courageous enough to enter the halls and end the Rustpelt Scourge once and for all. Threat level 1. Reward of 100 money. This looks like the adventure we're going to do, but I think we're out of time for episode 1. We've done the tutorial, we've created a character, we've seen what the tavern offers. We've made our main character, and next episode we're going to jump into an adventure. Is it good? We'll find out. So far, so good, right? So far, it's pretty cool. I want to thank you for joining me. Much love, peace, joy, and light to you guys. Appreciate your viewership. And we'll find out if it's good next episode. So long.